I'd like to start a new batch of talks on authenticity. That will include subjects like freedom, freedom with integrity, humility, openness, accountability, and so on. Now, a good workable definition of authenticity is to be true to or conform to the original. If something is authentic, it conforms to the original, or it is true to the original. Now, our original is Christ. When we are authentic, we are living true to our origin, or our original, who is Christ. In Romans 8, verse 29, it's clear that God's predetermined destiny for all of us is to be conformed to the image of his Son. Jesus is the prototype of all of us. He's the one that came to show us who we really are. He came to vindicate our design and to show us that someone created in the image of God, a spiritual being, living in obedience to God, can live truly authentic. Jesus is the prototype, the example of us. Now, if you take the Bible gives us the revelation of who Jesus is. This is all about Jesus. It gives a revelation of the nature and character of God and gives us a picture of Jesus. Now, we can use this Bible as both a lens and a mirror. If we use it as a lens, we see the picture of Jesus and we look into this lens and it magnifies for us who God the Father is. Jesus is the revelation of the Father. Jesus said, if you've seen me, you've seen the Father. So we look through Jesus and we have a picture of who God the Father is. Jesus came to put the Father on display. But if we use this as a mirror, we look into the mirror, we see a picture of Jesus, and then we see a reflection of who we are. Jesus is the authentic you. Jesus is the real you. Jesus is the picture of who you are. Now, what I'd like to do is, as I talk about authenticity, is use the scripture, John 1, verse 4 and 5, to base some thoughts on. Now, we probably all know how John 1 starts. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. All things were made by him, and nothing was made except through him. Now, that's referring to Jesus. Then in John 1, verse 4 and 5, it says, in him, in Jesus, is life, and his life is the light of the world, and the light shines in darkness, and the darkness does not overwhelm it. Jesus is central, and if we draw this on a sketch, we'll see Jesus is central, and in Jesus is life. His life is the light of the world, and then his life shines in darkness, and the darkness doesn't comprehend it, and some versions say the darkness does not overwhelm it. Now, I'd like to suggest to you that everything that is authentic, that is real, that is genuine, is above the line where Jesus lives. As I said, Jesus is the authentic us. He's the example of us. Now, that's where reality takes place. That's where authenticity happens. Anything in the realm of darkness that's projected into the realm of the light is from behind a barrier, behind a mask, behind a facade, which has to then be inauthentic or artificial or plastic or unreal. Now, we'd like to, in the next while, talk about the principles of living in this realm of reality, to be truly authentic. But for now, I'd like to encourage you to memorize John 1, verse 4 and 5. In him is life, and his life is the light of the world, and the light shines in darkness, and the darkness cannot overwhelm it. And then we're going to seek to live through Christ, have the abundance of his life. He came to give us life, and life in much more abundance. And then it's his life, his character, his nature, his generosity, his forgiveness, his love that produces light, the light of the world. Join me on this journey as we talk about authentic Christian living. God bless you.